This here is issue number 19 of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic by Boom Studios.
This issue begins just before the ending from the previous issue in Barcelona. Here, one of Finster's creations suddenly transforms from human to monster. Now in full monster form, it begins to cause mayhem downtown. Meanwhile, back in Angel Grove, Kimberly is having breakfast with her dad. He tells her he's going to propose to his current partner, Kelly. Kimberly isn't totally thrilled by this news because she never sees eye to eye with Kelly, but she does want her dad to be happy. Then Tommy shows up, so Kimberly's dad invites him over to their table. But Tommy just wants to get out of there, and he's saved by the bell because the Rangers' communicators go off. Kimberly's dad thinks they're matching watch ringtones, so it seems here that Kimberly's dad is taking more of an interest in her and Tommy's relationship compared to the TV show. Next we see Billy's mother watching a video clip on her tablet of Billy and Tommy being rescued from underneath some rubble. Billy is about to head off for a run, so his mother insists he text her so she knows where he is. Billy just sighs as he leaves. So with all the modern technology depicted in this comic, the Rangers' parents want their kids to text or call them. That would have been difficult or even impossible back in 1993, considering the mobile phone wasn't cheap enough for most people in the TV show, nor did they have instant messaging capabilities. Whilst Trini and Billy run together, we learn that Billy and Tommy were deliberately teleported under rubble so they could be found by the rescue services in order to cover up their 4-day absence during the Lord Drakon arc. In the TV show, the Rangers often lied their way out of situations when asked for their whereabouts when they had Ranger duties. In this comic, they really step things up a notch by teleporting under rubble just to have alibis. Billy and Trini's communicators go off, and then we go to Barcelona with Jason and Zach already on the scene after picking up the alert of the monster in the command center from the previous issue. The other Rangers teleport in and Jason tells them they're dealing with one of two monsters. Alpha tells the others the other monster is in Toronto, so Tommy, Kimberly and Trini are teleported there. That seemed to waste a bit of time. I would have thought it'd be better to teleport the three of them directly to Toronto rather than teleporting them to Barcelona first. Anyway, they arrive in Toronto, and as Tommy asks if anyone can see the monster, he instantly gets zapped, which I found hilarious. He literally just teleported in and got attacked already. So the monster is called Croverload, a crow which has electric attacks. Over in Barcelona, Jason's team are fighting the Goth Sloth. Billy says most of Finster's creations are combinations, and this is true of the monsters that were featured in the original TV show. Goth Sloth has the ability to affect the Rangers' speed, slowing them down. I can imagine these two monsters and their abilities fitting right into the TV series, so they don't seem out of place, as they do seem a bit wacky. With the Rangers slowed down, Goth Sloth easily lands attacks on the Rangers. He also goes after the civilians and throws a car at them. Over in Toronto, Trini's team is also having a hard time against Croverload. Kimberly's arrows are rendered useless, and Tommy is easily knocked away. So both teams of Rangers are struggling. Jason tries to use his power sword against Goth Sloth, but he knocks him in Zach's direction with the sword about to stab him. So Billy decides to fire a shot from his blade blaster to knock Zach away, preventing Jason from stabbing him. A rather clever move, as the Rangers have been slowed down too much for Zach to get out of the way. And this gives Zach an idea. He gets Kimberly to tell him when Croverload is powering up, and at that precise moment he is conveniently powering up. So Zach grabs Goth Sloth from behind and they teleport to Toronto, where Croverload accidentally unleashes his attack on Goth Sloth and Zach jumping clear. With one monster down, that allows all the Rangers to work together and take down Croverload. The way they work together here is similar to the kind of teamwork we saw on some episodes of the TV series, and the Rangers pose like they do whilst the monster explodes. So back at the command center / pocket dimension, the Rangers ask Finster how many human monsters are out there and where. Finster tells them he created many across months, and he doesn't know where they are, as they go wherever they desire. He considers all this an art because he doesn't have control over the monsters. Again, this Finster is much more sinister compared to his TV counterpart. Kimberly asks Alpha when Zordon will be back, and Saba tells her they're close, but could still be several more days. It sounds like the writers are dragging this out, so it might be a while until we see Zordon again. Suddenly the proximity alert goes off, and the Rangers turn to the viewing globe to see Grace Sterling there, demanding the Rangers open up. This is a bit of a surprise for the Rangers, but they don't open the doors. Instead, the Rangers and Alpha teleport outside. Grace wants to talk to Zordon, and Tommy wants to know how she got there. Alpha says hello, and Grace says it's been a while. Obviously then, Grace already knows Alpha and Zordon, and the reason why she already knows about them is because she was the original Red Ranger. Although Jason doesn't say anything, his body language says he's shocked. That's where this issue ends, and I'm looking forward to finding out why Grace was the previous Red Ranger. News of another team of Power Rangers in 1969 was released a few months ago, but we haven't had too many details. So we don't know what the threat was at the time, or why Rangers were recruited. This issue on the whole was quite fun, as the action resembled that of the TV show, and it's building up to be quite an interesting arc, and especially now that we're delving into the story of the past Power Rangers.